Problems we have. Hi everybody, Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates here, and yes, I am back with another wonderful floss tube person. Our community is amazing, and so you guys know that I am doing these, reaching out to those that don't do videos, and this is Toni Wice. She is Toni Stitches in Kentucky.
Yes.
On Instagram, and I am surrounded by gorgeousness, but we're going to talk a little bit first.
And I'm getting used to figuring out where I'm supposed to look on this thing.
That's right. That's right.
So I keep looking at myself to make sure I look okay.
Yes. Like,
sorry, guys.
That's okay. So, Toni, how long have you been stitching?
Oh gosh, I started stitching probably, I'm going to say 1980 or 81.
Okay.
And I stitched pretty regularly for maybe the 80s. And then in the 90s, by that time, my kids were getting a little bit older and I was working full time. I went to college part-time.
Oh, wow.
And
you're a busy lady.
I kind of didn't stitch as much, although I still love stitching. I still subscribed to magazines so I could look at them. I'd still go to shops and fondle stuff, but I'd still buy stuff and add it to my stash.
Awesome.
And then about 2000, I think, is when I kind of got serious about stitching more regularly.
Okay. Yeah. So got back into it.
Yeah.
So many of us stitched when we were younger.
Yeah. And I started out, you know, with Ada and DMC. And then when I got back looking at stuff,
it's a different world.
Here? No. Okay. It was like over-dyed fabrics, over-dyed threads. I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
Totally
linen, you know, so
totally
yeah.
different world.
Right.
Yep. And it's amazing.
Yep.
So what is your favorite thing about StitchCon?
Oh my gosh. It's just fun to hang out with other stitchers. It's fun to see the floss tubers face to face.
In person.
Yeah.
It's amazing for me to be able to meet you guys face to face. You know, everybody leaves so many nice comments and to be able to see you and
you talk. Yeah, and you feel like we all know, the viewers know so much about the people who do floss tube, and, but you know, we could walk up to you and talk about
tell the whole family and
I remember when you lived in Maryland and then you moved to Hawaii and I watched you shop for apartments.
That's right.
So
just
anyway,
put it all out there.
So that's fun, and just the camaraderie with all the other people, and it's so neat to think that people are coming from like all over the country. You know, it's
so I think
amazing.
she said that 49 states are represented, and then we have Mitch
two
from
countries, Canada. There's people here from Canada.
Australia. Yeah. So it's amazing.
Right.
So we're gonna just dive right in here. Where do we start? Let's start with the finishes. So Toni has 3 things on the brag table, and she brought them up here. So I am going to turn these around, and these are all professionally framed, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Just gorgeous. So we know this one.
Yeah.
'Tis the Season.
I bought that chart probably 2 or 3 years ago in Ohio. They have a cross stitch shop hop in October called the North Coast Tour to Stitch, because most of the shops were up along the Lake Erie coast.
Okay.
And it was in a Blackbird design book, and I just fell in love with it, so I bought it. But you know how then you don't stitch it. And then I think it was Lynette from Homesteading. And I thought, well, I don't have an excuse, so this is a good excuse to actually stitch that up. So I did that, and I met a couple people. I would meet them every once in a while on Saturday at Keepsakes here in Sharonville.
You're local,
because we were all stitching this. It was Nicole from Buckeye Stitcher, and another lady named Claire. But we were doing that one and the Peace on Earth, which I have that too. So that was fun too, because we were doing a stitch along, but we could actually kind of do it in person too.
Look at the frame. Look how pretty that frame is.
I got these framed at the Craft Gallery in Findlay, Ohio.
I've heard about that.
Yes, because I didn't have these finished until after Barbara at Keepsakes
had
gotten out of framing. And my sister lives in Northwest Ohio, and so the craft gallery is her shop.
It's her shop. Oh, wow.
So I went up a few weeks ago to visit, and I took some.
So these are just recently framed?
Yeah, I'd had them done for maybe 6 months or so.
Do you remember what the fabric is on this?
I think it's 28 count cashel or linen.
Okay.
Some are khaki, I believe.
It's pretty.
And then I used I didn't use the silks that it called for. And so I ordered, the white is Victorian motto.
Is it from the packet that she created?
That's from the packet. The bird is cherry cobbler. I think that's Classic Color Works.
Okay.
And then most of the other colors, I actually got, it was a conversion that Pat Geary did on, she has a website and it's like anything you want to know about Blackbird Designs.
Oh, cool.
And she had a cotton conversion, so most of the other colors I chose were from her.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
It wasn't all me.
We're gonna move this out of the way.
Okay.
All right, so talk about this one a bit.
Okay.
Hold it back here so people can see it.
This one it's the proverbial home by HandsOn Design, and I brought the chart because I changed all the colors.
She's a woman after my own heart.
And the reason I bought the chart, one of the reasons I bought the chart is I love the colors.
Oh, funny.
For my own home. But then last summer, my daughter bought her first house on her own, and she's got 2 little girls. And so I did this to coordinate with her house as a housewarming gift. And tomorrow's her birthday, and that's what she's getting for her birthday.
Oh, is this her birthday present?
Yeah.
Oh, look how pretty.
And she doesn't watch Floss Tube, so it'll be a surprise for her.
That is awesome. So pretty.
Yeah, so, because, her house is all the grays and, all the gray tones, and then she uses those aqua and coral as like pops of color. So that's how I chose those colors. Actually, I swiped a dish towel out of her kitchen. And,
and then used your DMC chart.
Yes, right. Okay, and this was another stitch along that was going on last fall.
Christine.
Yeah, Christine from Stitch All the Things.
Yeah.
And her friend. Gosh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But
I can't remember all the names,
I know.
especially 3 days into StitchCon.
And actually, I think Buckeye Stitcher also had started stitching this Cardinal one time, and she showed it on her channel, and I'm like, oh, I love that. And then Christine started the stitch along, and she was talking about how it was in a magazine. So I went down to my basement and dug through my, 838
funny. And
magazines, and I did. I had it in the magazine.
Wow. So fabric for this?
That is, let's see, I had that written on my sheet. It's Picture This Plus 28 count Lugana in Legacy was the color.
And is it all the called for flosses?
And it's all the called for flosses.
And that's another really cool frame.
Yeah, the frames.
They do a good job with the
framing. It did. And I was really pleased with all the framing.
Very good.
Thanks.
Okay, what did you bring to work on here?
Okay, well, my 20 stitches that I've done in the last 3 days.
Yeah, well, work on is a euphemism, I think.
This is another popular one right now.
Oh, is this knee high by the 4th of July?
Yeah, knee high by the 4th of July.
So I have to tell you a story about this, and I might have said this on one of my Floss Tube channels. Kathy Haberman and her family is actually from Western Pennsylvania, which is where I grew up, the Pittsburgh area. And of course, corn is a big thing grown in Pennsylvania. My husband, who grew up in Phoenix, never heard the phrase knee high by the 4th of July. And I was like, how could you not know that? Doesn't everybody know that? Isn't that like an American thing?
Well, I grew up in Northwest Ohio, and we were surrounded by cornfields, and knee high by the 4th of July, everybody knew that.
Everybody knows that.
And there were like tons of farmers that would also grow sweet corn, and they had their little farmer markets at their own house, at their barns. We'd go and buy fresh corn. So when I saw that, and I actually had that in a magazine too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
And when I saw that, I think I found it when I was searching for the Peace on Earth by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I thought, oh, isn't that cute? You forget you have them. And then shortly after that, she re-released it. Okay. So, and then I'm stitching this on, I think it's Sand. Okay. And Picture This Plus, because I'm in their monthly fabric club.
Oh, nice. There's a bit of a see-through through the back.
Oh, here.
But let's see.
Maybe this.
Yeah. There, that's better.
And I'm using all the called for colors on that. And I've seen a couple, like for the ears of corn, they've beaded it.
I've seen those.
Instead of stitching it. And I think I'm going to do that.
That's really a cool look.
Actually,
and look at the little corn needle minder.
Oh yeah, I got that off of somebody on Instagram too. I think
awesome.
It's Magnolia Baby Creates or something. Yeah. And I went to order it and she was out of it. So I messaged her and I'm like, whenever you get that corn back in, let me know. So she did.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
So that's that. I don't know. Here's the whole chart of somebody's not familiar with it. Alrighty.
Okay, so that's what you're working on, and let's see. So you've already done the smalls exchange.
I did mine.
And this is what you got.
Beautiful. I was so thrilled to get that.
So it's a frog.
It's like an antique milk glass dish, I believe.
Did you get a note that said what that pattern is? Is it
It's
a
by
Brenda Gervais?
Brenda Gervais, and honestly, I don't recall the name of it, but that was stitched by Candy Askins from Candy Stitches.
Oh, awesome.
Her floss tube,
Yeah. So
and
the
I know
scissors
Candy
and the
personally, so I was really thrilled
That's
to get
awesome.
that. It's darling.
It's
And then you can
wonderful.
take the lid off,
Yeah,
and
and
you
use it
can
as
store
storage.
things in it, and it's just,
Beautiful.
yeah, it certainly is.
And you brought what you bought.
This is what I stitched. I don't have, obviously, the what I stitched because we already had our exchange, but I stitched this little pillow, and this was a from the Silver Needle, like their stitching circle club. I don't know what it's called.
One of their club kits,
yeah,
though.
so it was a club kit.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
and
cute.
I'm like one of the probably few people that aren't into bees.
Yeah.
So I thought, so many people are, so I thought, oh good, I'll
That's-
just stitch
that's
that
nice,
for the
yeah.
exchange. And the lady that got it loves bees, so that all worked
Perfect.
out.
All right. Now we have.
And so that was fun.
So you shopped at the
I
Annex.
shopped the Annex, and I wasn't going to.
I hear you.
Yeah, well, let's see. Actually, I was going to go in there, and all I was going to buy was a StitchCon needle minder for a souvenir. So I got that, and then I got the StitchCon little keychain thing that you could use for your floss tags or something too. And then I got a needle minder of 310, and 310 is the shop cat at
Yep.
Keepsakes, and I think it's a boy cat, but his name is 310 because he's black, and we all know why.
That's right.
Yes. So I got that, and then my sister convinced me that we were going to do ornaments for all of our grandchildren, hers and mine, for Christmas, and it's the name trees.
Okay.
You know, where they have the name up both sides, and it looks like a Christmas tree.
Right.
And I have 2 little granddaughters, so I know they're going to watch this. They're going to see it, but
That's okay. They won't see the
I got this
design.
under the sea fabric.
Isn't that a pretty
Yeah,
combo?
because we wanted to do it all sparkly
Yes.
and for Christmas. So it's under the sea, and it's called, it's 28 Lugana, and it's opal. Oh, Caribbean Tides opal. And then the flosses were color and cotton, and that's lagoon. So
That is
it's
pretty. That's
really
a great
pretty.
combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one for the other granddaughter it's gorgeous. It's like,
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Look at that
I don't know.
fabric.
Yeah.
What's the name of that one?
this one is,
Iris.
yeah, it's called Iris, but it's really pretty.
That
and
is
it's like,
Gorgeous.
it's different too. Like when you
Yeah.
open it up and move it
Oh,
around.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so the flosses, I don't know where I'm gonna cut into it
Yeah.
yet, but I'll figure that out. And then these are the color and cotton flosses I got for
that's
that.
pretty.
And they're called Tropical Sunset.
That's-
Perfect for Christmas.
Yeah, really. I think
Perfect
you need
for a
to send them to
Hawaiian.
me.
Yeah, right.
Tropical
Right.
Christmas.
And then I got these labels from
Some of
Lindy.
Stephanie's,
Yeah, Lindy Stitches. I saw them on her floss tube, and I
Yeah.
thought, oh, those are really nice. So on the back, you can label, put them on the back of your frames or something, and label. And then I just got a nice little neutral color and cotton. It's just called limited edition, and I think it's because they just did some dyeing for
just for
this, and it's 28 cashel. Oh, and then I got one of her charts too. I thought that was really cute because I like to read. When I don't stitch, I like to read. So as long as I can just sit and not have to do anything, I can read and
say,
stitch.
Toni, you're a natural at this.
Oh. Maybe because
I'm just sitting here.
Maybe because I've watched my share of floss
take a
tube.
nap. You just keep going.
And then 2 of the ladies at our table brought gifts for us, so I want to give them a shout out.
Awesome.
This was from, I'm going to get this wrong, Linda. And it's a little, she knitted it. It's knit.
Yeah, it's knit. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the knitter.
I'm a knitter.
Yeah. And it's to put your earbuds
earbud
in.
holder.
Isn't that
now,
cute?
Right now, my earbuds are all in a tangled mess in the pocket at the bottom of one of my bags.
Well, mine used to be, and then I thought, well, these little hair clips are good for something.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God, you're brilliant.
I use them for, like to hold my cross-stitch fabric, too.
Yes.
So anyway, I'll put this away later. And then her sister, Rose, one of them lives in San Diego, and one of them lives in North Carolina, so they met
in the middle.
here.
That's
and,
awesome.
Yeah. And so she made us everybody a project bag for the table.
All right. Well, thank you so
thank
much,
you.
Toni. This is wonderful.
I didn't know
This is a highlight, me getting to just sit down and talk.
Well, it was fun to meet you.
Thank
because
you.
I do like to watch your channel a lot.
Thanks. And it's, all the people that comment, it's just amazing to meet face to face.
Well, and for you, it's really nice. Now you'll have a face with a lot of.
Well,
those
it's
things.
interesting because I have such a connection with all of you just from the comments, and now the connection's going to be even deeper.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
just amazing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Claire. Hi, Penelope.
Awesome. I'll see you guys on the next
All
one.
right,
Bye-bye.
bye. Thank you.